Welcome back, fight fans. This portion of tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Ron Gillette Towing. One call, we tow it all. Call 724-226-1222 to get a hold of Ron Gillette Towing. Morricone Funeral Home, FadedIndustry.com, an entertainment company, and StreamPittsburgh.com for all your Pittsburgh entertainment needs. Let's get a look at our tail of the tape for our next bout tonight. We've got a professional fight. We have Jessica Zomcik, 27 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 140 pounds, an undefeated 1-win, 0-loss record as a professional. She's taking on Stacey Sigala, 23 years old, 5 feet 4 inches tall, 4 inches shorter than her opponent, 140 pounds, with a professional record of 1 win and 1 loss. Dan Bogan, would you like to call in the fighters, please?
I sure would, Grant. Thank you. Calling to the cage for our first professional ladies MMA fight in Gladiator of the Cage history, Stacey Sigala, cage side to the staging. Inspection area, please. Stacey Sigala.
Stacey Sigala approaching the cage right now.
Has a vicious look on her face here.
She does not look happy. Not look happy to having to go into the cage and take on her opponent. She wants to kill. Sigala 1-1 as a professional, 5 feet 4 inches tall, as I said, 4 inches shorter than her opponent tonight. Her last fight was a loss versus Sui Jen Kunanen via first round submission. It was a rear naked choke. So look for that to be a possible opening in her game tonight, but I imagine she would have probably patched that up by now. Also worth note is that Sigala has come here tonight from New Mexico, probably the farthest trip that we've seen at Gladiators of the Cage in my time working here.
Wow. New Mexico is a long way from Pittsburgh.
It is a long way from Pittsburgh, and it has to bring up a lot more things that a lot of local fighters don't have to think about. Jet lag, flying, recycled air, weight cutting. Not at all fun, but it is the mark of a true professional fighter to go out on their journey and have their fights.
Take it from me firsthand, it is miserable to have to cut weight, fly in.
Yeah, fly in, and then it's very difficult to get your weight cut.
Just awful.
Let's send it over to Dan Bogan to call in our next fighter.
Now from the blue corner, Jessica Zomcik. Jessica Zomcik, cage side to the inspection staging area.
Jessica Zomcik wasting no time making her way to the cage. It appears she was in the back getting herself real nice and sweaty before she entered the cage here tonight, which is a technique used by a lot of fighters. It gives them their skin a little bit of lubrication, makes it a little bit more difficult for their opponent to get a hold of them and grapple them to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, in MMA, you don't see it as common. People coming into the ring or cage covered in sweat. Boxing, for many years, you rarely see a guy come into the cage and be dry. MMA, a lot of people are dry, you know, and it's probably a downfall of the sport being so new.
Zomcik being made to cut the tape off of her pinky toes on her left foot by the Athletic Commission. I have to wonder if she may be sporting an injury right now. Jessica Zomcik's last fight was a win versus Summer Bradshaw. It was via first round submission. Now I have to put 2 and 2 together and take a look at these records. Stacey Sigala's last fight was a loss via first round rear naked choke. Jessica Zomcik's last fight was a win via first round choke. I mean, 2 and 2, that's 4.
Well, yeah, obviously, you know, if you know your opponent has a weakness for submission and you are a submission fighter, I mean, that's what you're going to be looking for.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see this fight. Let's send it over to our ring announcer, Dan Bogan, for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness Gladiators of the Cage history as we have our first female professional fight. And it's in the Gladiators of the Cage 140-pound ladies division, calling for 3 5-minute rounds. We also want to greet everyone watching live on our streaming internet high-definition pay-per-view on gladiatorsofthecage.com. Thank you for joining us this evening. First, Fighting out of the blue corner, the red corner rather. She weighed in at 139 pounds. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. She's got a reach of 64 inches, 23 years old. She has a record of 1 win, 1 loss. Her fight club is House of MMA. She's from Roswell, New Mexico. Welcome, Stacey Mad Dog Sigala. And her opponent weighed in at 140.8 pounds, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, a reach of 71 inches. She's 27 years of age. Her record is 1 win, no loss. She fights for Evolve MMA from Waterford, Pennsylvania. Jessica, the Zombie Zomcik. Your referee, Chip Snyder.
I'm very excited to see this fight here tonight.
Interestingly enough, Stacey Sigala's nickname is the Mad Dog, and so is Francis Healy. He will be featured in the next pro fight. No other zombies on the card as far as I know.
Except Jeremy Sakuda, I guess. I mean, he kind of was a walking dead there in his fight. Both fighters approaching center cage, throwing big, beautiful combo by Sigala. Very, very big reach advantage appears by Jessica Zomcik. Very much taller, longer legs, a greater distance to throw her kicks.
Both girls here are trying to sort of find their range. Elbow attempt by Zomcik.
Big spinning back kick there by Sigala. Both fighters tied up against the fence right now. Zomcik with a deep underhook. Sigala trying to get double overs, possibly to control her opponent, and now Sigala has a left underhook.
Zomcik trying to take this to the round.
Pulls guard.
Pulls guard.
I love that.
She must be very confident in her submission abilities, as she should be,
my.
because the armbar is locked in, and there's the tap.
Wow, that was a good armbar.
Excellent, excellent show of jiu-jitsu there.
I really think she might have done something to Sigala's elbow, because that was a deep and hard armbar.
The way
My
she's holding
goodness.
her arm and the way I saw that twist, it easily could have dislocated.
Wow, I mean,
Oh, and she is in pain.
what is there to be said about the confidence on the ground of Jessica Zomcik pulling guard and getting an armbar within 10 seconds of pulling guard?
She knew her opponent's weakness and her strength, and she took it right there.
Oh, anytime we get a chance, I'd like to take a look at the instant replay on that. I want to see that elbow. Really gets bent in a bad way. Oh my, beautiful setup.
Nice setup goes, hooks the leg, pushes immediately through. And,
that does not feel good. She needs to get some ice on that.
you know, and some people might say that she put the submission on very fast and maybe didn't give the opponent adequate time to tap. But the thing is, at the pro level like this, I mean, it is your opponent's job to tap first.
You know, and honestly, respecting the tap and ending the fight right after the tap is a very American thing to do. Traditionally in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a Brazilian fighter will not let go of a submission until the referee touches them. That's common.
We all understand this sport is dangerous and there are submissions and, you know, bad things happen. I don't think Jessica Zomcik, you know, meant anything by this or that she was trying to injure anybody's arm. But a split-second difference between applying that pressure and not can allow your opponent to escape, and that would be disaster at that moment.
I gotta say, that was probably one of the slickest submissions we've seen here tonight at Gladiators of the Cage. North Shore Rise to Power 7.
I mean, with 2 fights left to go, that would be the submission of the night. In fact, the last 2 fights, neck and neck for finish of the night, that submission, or Dan Kakuta's knee to the head, you know, both excellent.
Let's go ahead and send it over to our ring announcer, Dan Bogan, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute, 16 seconds of the first round. Your winner by tap out via the armbar, fighting out of the blue corner, Jessica the Zombie Zomcik. Take it away, Katie.
Hi. Congratulations on being part of the first female pro fight here. And I I just wanted to ask, that was a very impressive armbar. Can you tell us a little bit about how you set that up?
I didn't feel comfortable with my ground game. I came in here with a really bad cold, so my lungs were kind of spent. And I saw the opportunity to jump guard and take her arm, and you know, no mercy. I got to make it stop, you know?
Awesome. So is there anyone that you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, my coach, Steve Tracek, Steve Burton, Ryan Arcee, my mom and dad, they're here every fight. I love them so much. My teammates up here, woo! And all my fans and friends back from home. They came from Cleveland, they came from Erie. Thank you guys so much. I'd like to thank Cryotherapy Plus for getting me here, and Battle Bomb.
All right, congratulations. Let's hear it for everyone.
Our first professional ladies MMA fight. If that's how she fights with a cold, I'd be terrified to see her without. Give it up in the balcony for it's Jessica, the Zombie Zomcik!
Wow, what an impressive performance here tonight by Jessica Zomcik. I think the whole crowd's a little bit enamored by that armbar. Very beautiful work. I'd like to take a moment to recognize these sponsors. This portion of tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Stiller Motorsports, Craig Maz Pizza in Portage, Pennsylvania, Rockwater Energy, and First Class Energy. And now a word from some of our other sponsors.